All right, so one of the easier examples for using a circle, the unit circle, to do trigonometry. So this has a point P right here, has coordinates x, y, and then it gives you these coordinates 3/5 and -4/5. So a few things, just don't be a robot with this stuff. Understand 3/5 and -4/5, right? Positive x value, negative y value. Okay. Um, so this is shown on the unit circle corresponding to a real number t. So they're saying that the angle, okay, this angle t, lowercase t, why do they use t? T for theta. Okay, think t is theta. Okay, so the angle here has these coordinates. So if we want to find the values of the trigonometric functions of t, this angle, we use the coordinates that fall on the unit circle for this angle, right? So you know that the sine of t is the y coordinate, which is -4/5, which means, and before we even go on, let's do cosecant, the reciprocal function, because all we have to do is flip this over to get cosecant, okay? Now, we're going to talk about some identities down the line where we want to say that cosecant t is 1 over the sine of t, and this technically is the definition for cosecant, but it it convolutes things if we're going to say that this is that cosecant of t is 1 over -4/5, right? If -4/5 is sine t, then I could put -4/5 here and it would look like this. But because we call these the reciprocal functions, it's okay when you know the value of the sine of an angle, okay? Just flip those fractions over. So cosine t is 3/5, which means that secant t is 5/3. And the tangent of t, tangent, like sine and cosine are I don't want to make a blanket statement and say they're always going to be easier, okay? But tangent is most of the time going to be more difficult to find, and not more difficult, just more work to find than sine or cosine, because the tangent of t is the y coordinate 4/5 over the x coordinate of 3/5, and we're dividing these fractions, so I have to multiply by the reciprocal, and we end up with -4/3, right? Now, once we find tangent, we know that cotangent is its reciprocal. We get -3/4. So we don't have to go through the process of doing x over y as long as we find tangent here, okay? So we have all 6 of these trig functions listed out right here. We'll leave it at that. We'll leave it there for now, I think. Yeah, it's a good place to stop.